this night. A tired single dad in the south side of Chicago kisses his 7-year-old and says, "Sweet dreams, my princess. I'll chase all the monsters away." He fights off a threatening yawn and straightens the pink collar of her nightshirt. Then he presses his scratchy cheek against his child's. "I'll always protect you from monsters," he says. 4-year-old Alejandro curls into a tight ball, stifling his sobs into the insecticide-scented cot, certain a hungry chupacabra is lurking underneath. To distract himself, he picks open the crusty scabs on his arm again. While brushing sweaty bangs from the temple of her 9-year-old son, a weary-eyed blonde in Dallas, Texas, sings a cartoon jingle. When she finishes the song, she says, "It's okay to be scared. I get scared sometimes too." She hugs him close and smells his toothpaste-scented breath. "I'm here for you." Juanita clutches a stuffed animal missing an eye and rocks back and forth on the cold floor. The overhead industrial lights blink off. Her tiny, unbathed body shakes in grief. With sharp baby teeth, she rips off another shred of a fingernail and then sucks her stinging finger. "It's okay," a young mom in Provo, Utah says. Every seam of her waitress uniform carries the smells of a long day. "Your dad had to work late. I'll have him kiss you goodnight before he comes to bed. I'll make sure." She rubs noses with her 6-year-old daughter. "We both love you to the moon and back." Mariana pulls the wool blanket from under her and spreads it on top as a barrier for the cold air blasting through the overhead vent. She wants to make the pain stop, but she got in trouble last time. So she hides her face under a flat, limp pillow, covering her forehead and the self-inflicted bruises. "How will they know where I am?" Her muffled question begs for an answer. A divorced mother in Des Moines sits up in bed, a child on each side. "What would you like to watch tonight?" she asks. The kids in onesies shout out choices. "Well, we'll have to play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo if you don't agree," she says. They all laugh and wrestle for the TV remote. Guadalupe buries her hot face in trembling arms and vows never to trust any of the adults, the ones that told her her parents would be right back. That was 27 bedtimes ago. She has no eyelashes left, so she pulls at the ragged remains of an eyebrow. A bouncing 5-year-old boy in Wyoming promises he'll go back to his room if his mom will tickle his back for just a few minutes. The freckled brunette accepts the bargain and rubs light circles on the back of his Avengers pajamas. She smiles. She knows he can't tell real time. Baco asks for the 153rd time, "Where's my sister, mi hermana Sarah?" He blinks at tears burning in his angry teenage eyes. His voice cracks with pending adulthood. "I was supposed to look after her." His questions are drowned out by wails from the bunk above him. "Mommy!" Cough, cough. "Mommy! Mommy!" Cough, cough, cough. "Mommy!" cries 10-year-old Alfonso, who won't eat anymore. An exhausted dad in New Jersey holds up one soft plush creature after another and kisses it goodnight. His daughter pulls number 15 from under her pillow. "Don't forget Mr. Unicorn, Daddy." He kisses the silver tip of the white unicorn's horn and then the top of his daughter's freshly shampooed downy head. Natalia whispers to 7-year-old Sierra in the prison issue bed next to her, "Do you know where your mama lives in the United States?" Sierra wipes at the green snot oozing from her red nose and shrugs. Natalia scratches at her scalp and asks, "Will they send your papa back without you?" Sierra rolls away from Natalia and says, lice soap burns, and the combs really hurt. You have to tell anyways. Just 5 more minutes, pleads a boy in Denver, Colorado. I'm almost at the next level. His dad sits on the sofa next to him and watches as he scores the required points to advance to the video game's next world. Off to bed now, his father says. You can play more tomorrow. Xavier holds his little brother, Martin. He's careful so they don't fall off the narrow bed. Please, you have to go to sleep, he whispers. You'll lose marks if you're not good, and we won't get to go outside and play tomorrow. Trying his best, Martin pushes his tears down into hiccups. Still in his gym clothes, the Washington, D.C. dad tucks his 8-year-old son in, pulling the Minecraft comforter up to his small chin. Tonight, the tooth fairy will leave you $5 for your tooth. You just wait and see, he says. He ruffles his son's hair and turns on a nightlight. Sabrina cuddles the squirming 2-year-old. She's never seen him before today. The loud guard told her she had to watch Diego. She promised she would. Papa promised they were going to be safe from the bad men with guns who hurt Mama. He promised they were going where houses had hot water, carpets and floors and real beds. Promises, she says. But I'm thirsty, a 9-year-old in western Idaho complains. His dad puts down the laptop and goes to the kitchen. Now he's gonna wet the bed again, he grumbles. The boy in gymboree pajamas beams when his dad enters the bedroom. Thank you, Daddy, I love you so much. Pablo lays rolled in an itchy blanket on the cement floor. He whispers the bedtime prayer his madre taught him. At the end, he includes pleas for God to watch over his madre, padre, abuela, abuelo, his favorite tia, and his prima in the hospital. He tries to remember what his abuela told him about child saints and what they'd endured. He prays again, asking not to be a saint. Okay, but only for tonight, a mother in Portland, Oregon says to her 3-year-old daughter, standing there in her favorite Disney princess nightgown. Mom scoots over in the king-size bed, but tomorrow night you have to sleep in your own room. Snuggled in her mother's arms, her breathing soon finds the rhythm of sleep. 12-year-old Luciana's heart pounds in her ears. She knows the toilet paper stuffed in her panties is only a temporary solution. She's sure she's bleeding to death. It's her own fault that her family got into trouble. She'd begged to go see her father. She missed him so much. She was sure her tia headed for the U.S. because of her. Now God was punishing her for her selfishness. She was going to die like Savannah. This had to be worse than Savannah's flu. Their parents are criminals, a white caregiver in khaki pants says. That's why they're here. She shakes her head. Their parents have no consideration for how young and vulnerable they are. She sighs and pushes her glasses back up her nose. Can you finish the bed checks? I have to get home and help Jeremy with his homework. She hands the digital tablet to another children's warden. You know, he just can't focus if left to do it on his own.